Let's fucking do this. Ugh. Hi, my name is Linry, and this is Can I Dupe That? This is a series on my channel where, in a collection of 400 nail polish, I ask myself, do I have a dupe for that? Today, I'm going to be attempting to dupe out MoonCats' newest collection, the Songs of Sirens. But first, if you enjoy nail polish related content or someone who's just doing shenanigans on the internet, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It would mean oh so much. I think I deserve it. I left all the polishes out, that way everyone could see how many polishes I just swatched in the last 24 hours. It's 75. Hell, while you're down there, give me a like. But thank you. And yes, as per usual, I just got out of the shower and my skin for some reason is like, hey, do you remember high school? And I'm like, yeah, I remember high school. And it's like, okay, cool, we're just gonna bring back the acne. And I'm like, well, fuck me, like, whatever. I'm gonna be attempting to dupe out MoonCats' Songs of Sirens collection. And this collection feels a little bit dark, a little mysterious. It's way more on the seductress line of the siren myth than a friendly little mermaid who lives under the sea. So I'm gonna go into this with the idea of I want to be under the water and sexy. Now I do have some rules for this. Rule number 1, I am not allowed to mix nail polish. I can't mix a red polish and a blue polish to get that perfect purple. It has to come out of the bottle. Number 2, I can layer polishes, so I can use all my shimmer toppers, my glitter toppers, a somewhat sheer polish. I can use those to achieve certain looks. I am allowed full access to my collection. I am allowed to use limited edition shades and polishes that are no longer available. And number 4, I must stick to the same exact swatcher. This is mostly done for my sanity because if I start to look at every single swatch on the website, everyone has different lighting, a different hand pose, different things, and then it just throws off everything. So I must stick to the same exact swatcher, and in this case, I am targeting the brand owner. Also, I am giving myself arbitrary points because, you know, this is the internet, and having things numbered and arbitrary and just throwing numbers into things makes them a lot more fun. I feel like I'm a math teacher, yay. I ask myself a series of questions. If I get the question right, I get a point, sometimes a half a point. It's my game, my rules. If you don't like it, then you do it. Sorry, I am so tired. It's been a long 24 hours. 75 polishes is a lot. So, question 1. Does it match the vibe of the collection? Does it match the vibe of the polish? A collection vibe and a polish vibe are two different vibes. Does it match that one? Does it match the color? Does it match the undertone? Did I achieve those olive undertones? No. Does it match the finish? Does it match the depth of the finish? I can place a shimmer topper on top of a polish, but it will never have the same exact depth that a shimmer-based polish has. Does it match the visual texture? Flaky bombs carry with them a visual texture. Magnetics carry that as well. Was I able to get that? And the most important question of all, can my colorblind fiance see a difference? This time it was fucking wild, okay? Oh my god. So I'm just going to level with everyone. This collection, I believe, was released specifically to spite me. 2 thermals and 2 magnetics. MoonCat just wants me to score low, okay? This solidified my hatred of magnetics. But let's get into it. The first polish that is up is a Most Destructive Melody. Now, this is just a blue to purple multichrome, but the pigmentation of it seems a little bit more denser and thicker. You can kind of see those particles in it, at least in this swatch. So on my pointer finger, I tried Color Club's Will Never Be Royal. Obviously, this wasn't close whatsoever. I don't have many multichromes that are blue and purple, so I just decided to grab a very shifty purple that stains. This stains crazy. it stains so bad. My nail was orange after wearing this. But that was not it whatsoever. On my middle finger, I used MoonCat Supervillain. I thought it'd be fun to use a different MoonCat multichrome that also shifts from blue to purple, but it is a flaky bomb and not a smooth texture like a destructive melody. So, not a dupe. On my ring finger, I am wearing Hollow Taco's Purple with Envy. It is another purple to blue multichrome. I feel like this was pretty close. But the purple in Hollow Taco was just a lot more dominant, so I passed it up. But it was pretty close. And on my pinky, I wore Hollow Taco's Cat's Evasion. Again, it's another purple multichrome, but it shifts a bit to gold instead of the blue that I was looking for. But what I settled on my thumb is Island Pea's birefringence. I feel like this was a perfect one. It was the first one I grabbed. The only difference I see is that the particles are a bit more smooth in birefringence. But let's see how they compare. Does it match the feel of the collection? I said yes. Does it match the feel of the polish? I said yes again. Does it match the color? Yes. Does it match the undertone? Yes. Does it match the finish? Multichrome, multichrome. Yes. Does it match the depth of the finish? Now, I was a bit more brutal on myself, so I said no. I felt like Island Pea's birefringence was just a bit more smoother than what MoonCat's A Most Destructive Melody is representing. Does it match the visual texture? Again, no. I'm seeing a lot more texture in MoonCat. And can my man see a difference? A fucking course he couldn't. My fiance has a very hard time when colors touch, and this multichromes are just touching colors, so. Oh yeah! So that means Island Pea's birefringence scored a total of 6 points. Not bad. How do they compare in cost? MoonCat's A Most Destructive Melody retails for $15 USD, where Island Pea's birefringence retails for $12.50. Now, I am of the mindset that a multichrome is a multichrome is a multichrome, and it kind of doesn't matter where you get it. I don't see a quality difference between my Hollow Tacos and my Island Peas. And my Island Peas were cheaper, so I just prefer to pick up multichromes from Island Pea just because I still like the feel of the bottle, and at that $12 price point, I feel like that's a fine price for a multichrome polish. But if you want a multichrome in a MoonCat bottle, then MoonCat's got you covered. The next polish that is up is Am I Everything You Fear? This is a teal with a strong red shimmer in it that leans purple at certain angles. Also, I could barely see the holographic flecks in it, but they were there. I just think that the creator of MoonCat's lighting is not built for holographics, which is fine, but I was able to catch that holographic glitter. The first polish that is up is Hollow Taco's Spirit Fingers. I wore this on my thumb, and I just used this because the last time MoonCat released a grayish polish with a reddish shimmer in it, Hollow Taco fans lost their mind. They were like, how dare they dupe Hollow Taco? Y'all need to chill. Companies dupe each other all the time, and sometimes they even dupe themselves. Hollow Taco doesn't have the monopoly on grays and red shimmers. This was not comparable whatsoever. Hollow Taco's Spirit Fingers leans far, far too light. Then I thought I had a straight dupe for this polish, and that would be Polish for Days Illumination. I wore this on my pointer finger, and I thought this was it, because I remembered its base was a lot more tealier than Hollow Taco Spirit Fingers. It was a little too soft still. It didn't have that boom in your face that I was looking for. I also topped it with Hollow Taco's Scattered Hollow Taco to get that scattered holographic, but it just didn't compare. On my ring finger, I used Color Club's Teal for 2, topped with Hollow Taco's Scorched Earth, Twilight Shimmer, and Scattered Hollow Taco. I feel like this was a beautiful combo. Oh, when I swatched it out on stream, I audibly gasped. When I was on this half of the swatch wheel, I was just constantly losing my mind because this is my kind of color story. So, It's an absolutely beautiful combo, but not it. On my pinky finger, I tried Color Club's Nighttime is the Right Time, topped with Holo Taco's Scorched Earth, Twilight Shimmer, and Scattered Holo Taco. I feel like this was okay. It leaned a little bit too dark, and this is why it's also really important to wear your experiments on your hands, because what appears on a swatch wheel does not represent what's going to look like on your skin tone, because your skin tone changes things quite a bit. And on stream, I thought this was a pretty close dupe, but it's just too dark. But what I settled for on my middle finger is Color Club's Teal for Two, topped with Polished for Days, Illumination, and Holo Taco Scattered Holo Taco. When we get into cost, it's gonna be fun. I feel like this nailed it. It had that depth. The red shimmer is just a little strong, but I think that's just my lighting throwing things off. But I was so excited. I like gasped so hard on stream. I was like, oh, a whole new world. Okay, no singing. I was very excited. How does Am I Everything You Fear compare to Teal for Two? Does it match the feel of the collection? Yes. Does it match the feel of the polish? Yes. Does it match the color? Yes. Does it match the undertones? Yes. Does it match the finish? Yes. Does it match the depth of the finish? Yes. Does it match the visual texture? Yes. And can my man see the difference? He fucking could. He said mine had more sprinkles. My lighting setup is a little bit more friendlier to holo. I am so mad. He was able to see the holo sparkle in my swatch and not MoonCats, and I'm just very upset that that cost me a fucking point. My perfection! So Teal for Two scores a grand total of 7 points. Woo! Not bad, but still very disappointing that my man can see the difference. How do they compare in cost? Well, MoonCat retails for $15 USD. Color Club retails for $8.50 USD. Polished for Days retails for $13 USD. And Holo Taco retails for $13 USD. Bringing my dupe to a grand total of $34.50 USD. Yes. Perfection. The next polish that is up is Siren's Revenge. This is a lovely, soft, pastel-y blue with a strong, turquoisey, soft, pastel-y shimmer running throughout. But this is one of those shimmers that is very particle-dense and particle-heavy. You can see those particles being hit by the light beautifully. Let's see how I did. On my thumb, I tried MoonCat's Earth to Gaia, topped with Color Club's Celestial. I felt like that pink shimmer in Earth to Gaia just wanted to explode and burst free, and it just was not overpowered by LA Colors whatsoever, so this was not a dupe. On my pointer finger, I tried China Glaze's Cuba Diving, topped with LA Colors Celestial. Again, I felt like Cuba Diving was just a little bit too bright in its blueness. It wasn't subdued or pastel-y enough for what I was looking for. I needed a little bit more green. On my ring finger, I tried Essie's It's Hightime, topped with LA Colors Celestial. This leaned a little too green. I lost a lot of that soft blue I was looking for. So, not a dupe. And on my pinky finger, I tried Color Club's Get Lost, topped with LA Colors Celestial. It was just too blue. Again, we went too blue. But what I settled for, on my middle finger, LA Colors Chill Out, topped with LA Colors Celestial. I did bump my nail before I took my swatch footage, so just ignore that. You don't see that. She doesn't even go here. That is a pristine swatch, and I have never bumped a nail. How dare you accuse me of such tomfoolery? I felt like this was really fucking close. Let's see how I did. Does it match the feel of the collection? Yes. Does it match the feel of the polish? Yes. Does it match the color? Yes. Does it match the undertones? Yes. Does it match the finish? I gave myself half a point because I felt like the shimmer was there, but the particle density was not. Does it match the depth? I said no. Because Siren's Revenge kind of looks like it's topped with that shimmer, and mine looked a little more inner. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Does it match the visual texture? We've been over this? No, it doesn't. And can my man see the difference? He couldn't. Another point for me. So Siren's Revenge scores 5.5 points. How do they compare in cost? Well, MoonCats Siren's Revenge retails for $15 USD, where LA Colors Chill Out retails for $1.95 off the Walmart website, and I could not find LA Colors Celestial on the Walmart website, even though I was able to the last time I duped this out, but it's still available at my local Dollar General. So I just rounded up and said $3, but you might have a harder time finding it than I did. So my dupe cost a grand total of $4.95. Not bad at all. And now we get into my preciouses, my most beloveds, the flaky bombs. The next polish that is up is the Sea Between Us. This is a lovely watery blue with blue flakies running throughout. Thank you, MoonCat. This was immediately add to wishlist, so woo, it's pretty. Let's see how I did. Also, I want to say, before we get into this, that I am currently wearing this dupe attempt on my right hand, so if you've been admiring what's been on my right hand, it's just the Skittle I'm about to talk about. So, on my thumb, I tried Hollow Tacos Never Tied Down, topped with MoonCats Catfished. I'm gonna do this quite a bit. This is stunning, but she's not there. It's not it, but it is beautiful. On my pointer finger, I used LA Colors Giddy, topped with MoonCats Catfished. This is a mermaid mani. Thank you. But it's not the mermaid mani I'm looking for. On my ring finger, I used Sally Hansen's Insta Dry C is for Color, topped with MoonCats Catfished. I've gone weak in the knees. Beautiful. Not it yet. On my pinky finger, I used China Glaze's Cuba Diving, topped with MoonCats Catfished. This is probably the ugliest combo of my Skittle, but it's still a beautiful combo. And what I settled on my middle finger, is China Glaze's Noodle, topped with MoonCats Catfished. Damn, that's hot. Is that still hip to reference? I don't know. A lot has gone through this empty space in the last fucking 24 hours. Let's see how I did. Does it match the vibe of the collection? Yes. Does it match the vibe of the polish? Yes. Does it match the color? I felt like I was slightly off, so I gave myself half a point. Does it match the undertone? Again, I felt like I was slightly off. Half a point. Does it match the finish? I said no. I don't know. Holding these two up, it felt like mine had more flakies in it. Does it match the depth of the polish? I said no again. Because MoonCats, the Sea Between Us, you can tell those flakies have sunk in, where in my attempt, they did not sink in. They are just on top. Does it match the visual texture? Half a point. She's kind of there. And can my man see the difference? No. It's always so surprising what he can see the difference between and what he can't. I get a point. That means China Glaze's Noodle scores a grand total of 4.5 points. How did they compare in cost? Well, MoonCats, the Sea Between Us retails for $15 USD. Noodle retails for $8.95 off the Walmart website. And MoonCats Catfish retails for $15 USD. Bringing this to a grand total of $23.95. The next polish that is up is Maelstrom. Perfection. Perfection. What can I say? This is so beautiful. It is a tealy blue with bright turquoise flakies running throughout. This is me. This is gonna be mine. Also, if you are curious, the swatches I'm going to be talking about is currently what I'm wearing on my left hand. So, if you've been admiring my left hand, here's an in-depth of everything that's on it. Let's see how I did. On my thumb, I'm using Color Club's Teal for 2, topped with 2 coats of Hollow Taco's Galactic Unicorn skin. Now, I'm gonna start calling this Gus for short because I realize that's what it abbreviates to, and that amuses me greatly, and I would just like the entire nail polish community to start calling it Gus. Thank you. I thought this was beautiful, and on the swatch wheel, I thought this was a dupe, but on my nail, it didn't work. So, we keep going. On my pointer finger, I used Hollow Taco's Never Tied Down, topped with 2 coats of Gus. It's stunning, it's beautiful, it's everything, but it is not this polish. So back to the drawing board. On my middle finger, I used China Glaze's Noodle, topped with 2 coats of Gus. This was beautiful. I need to stop saying that for every single one of them, but it was a spiritual awakening on stream. Everyone was chilling with me. Everyone was having so much fun. Everyone was just like, yes, these are beautiful. And no one disagreed with me whatsoever. It's not a dupe. Keep going, keep going. Sorry. Days are merging. I've been huffing too much nail polish. On my ring finger, I used MoonCats River Styx, topped with 2 coats of Gus. Beautiful, stunning, it's everything. I'm living, I'm dying. I've been resurrected. It's not a dupe for this. We move on. But what I settled on was Zoya's Clara, topped with 2 coats of Gus. Yes, this is everything. It's stunning. I can't stop looking at it on my hand. Beautiful. Let's see how I did. Does it match the feel of the collection? Yes. Does it match the feel of the polish? Yes. Does it match the color? Yes. Does it match the finish? Yes. Does it match the depth of the finish? Yes. Does it match the visual texture? Yes. And can my man see a difference? He fucking could! This rat bastard! I feel personally attacked. Everyone's attacking me right now. I can't imagine being attacked in my own home. What the fuck? So that means Maelstrom scored a grand total of 7 points. How do they compare in cost? Well, Maelstrom retails for $15 USD. Zoya retails for $12. Zoya, $12? Really? Also, this video is going up on Tuesday, hopefully. Zoya is having a sale right now. I think it's gonna continue on for a minute. It's their Earth Day sale, which I'm pretty sure is like 50% off, so just check it out. Sign up for Zoya's emails. Never buy a Zoya at full price. They go on sale. Gus retails for $13 USD, bringing my dupe to a grand total of $25. And now, I just need everyone to pity me, okay? I just need your sympathy and your subscriptions and likes. Please. These magnetics killed me. This is the most haunted video on YouTube. I am a ghost. The next polish that is up is Ghost Ship. It's what took me to the afterlife. Ghost Ship is a beautiful royal purple with a strong blue shimmer running throughout. It is also magnetic. And that magnetic line appears to be silver. I don't have anything like this, so. Here's the clown music. Ba 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 da ba da ba 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 ba. Let's see how I did. On my pointer finger, I tried Orly's Aloe Matey with 2 coats of Hollow Taco's Freezer Burn. I felt like Aloe Matey was a bit too soft and demure. I was looking for something a little bit more punchy in my purple. On my middle finger, I tried Kelli's Solar Flare. There's so many possessives. Jesus, why did they name them that? I can't. Kelli's Solar Flare already has a blue shimmer running throughout, but that purple is a much more toned down purple. It's not as royal and in your face as I need it to be. I also topped it with 2 coats of Freezer Burn. I don't know what I've said so far. On my ring finger, I used Color Club's Follow Me, topped with 2 coats of Freezer Burn. I was hoping that maybe the shimmer would deepen the polish. I don't know why I thought that would happen. It didn't do anything. It's just, it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. And on my pinky, I tried Zoya's Jessica, topped with 2 coats of Holo Taco's Freezer Burn. Again, I felt like Jessica just wasn't royal enough. It was a deep, dusty purple, and I needed royalty. But what I thought would work, on my thumb, Orly's Synthetic Symphony, topped with 2 coats of Freezer Burn. For some reason, this pulled what I needed. Synthetic Symphony isn't a royal purple, but I feel like it worked. Let's see how I did. Does it match the feel of the collection? I said no. I just didn't get it. I didn't feel it. Does it match the feel of the polish? I said yes. Does it match the color? I gave myself half a point. Does it match the undertones? I said no. I don't feel like I achieved that royalness I was looking for. Does it match the finish? Clearly, you can tell I achieved that magnetic stripe, right? Obviously, no, it didn't work. Did it match the depth of the finish? I gave myself half a point because I felt like I got the depth of the shimmer, but obviously not the depth of the magnetic pull. We're just ignoring her right now. Does it match the visual texture? I gave myself another half a point just because I felt like I got the texture of the shimmer. Again, not of the magnetic pull, but the shimmer. And can my man see a difference? He fucking couldn't. I got a point. There is no rhyme or reason to this. So that means Orly's Synthetic Symphony scored a grand total of 3.5 points. Now, how do they compare in cost? Well, Ghost Ship retails for $16 USD. Orly's Synthetic Symphony retails for $9.98 off of Amazon, and Holo Taco's Freezer Burn retails for $13, bringing it to a grand total of $22.98. The next polish that is up, Quicksands Embrace. Now, I felt like this polish drove me and my chat insane. We didn't know what I was doing, why I was doing it. There was no rhyme or reason, and this is when I decided that I'm not going to attempt to do magnetic pulls anymore in my duping videos because it is just so difficult. If I have a magnetic that I think could be like another magnetic, sure, I'll do it. But this is very difficult. Quicksands Embrace is a lovely work-appropriate, dusty, rosy, pinky color. It's lovely, and I know for a fact that that magnetic line is holographic, but in the swatch photo I am looking at right now, and I've already discussed this before, the lighting setup that the creator of MoonCat uses does not favor holographic, so I cannot see that holographic. So I am going to ignore that just because I literally cannot see it on her swatch. But let's see how I did. On my thumb, I tried China Glaze's Totally Taffy, topped with Island Peas Amber. Now, I was able to get that magnetic line, but Amber is a lot more, dominant than I thought it'd be. It definitely pulled everything a little bit yellow. On my pointer finger, I attempted Color Club's Hot 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 Pants, topped with Island Peas Amber. Yup, sure did. Attempt made. On my ring finger, I tried Sally Hansen's Insta Dry, One Polish topped with Island Peas Amber. Yeah. Yup. On my pinky finger, I tried Holo Taco's Feeling Fiendish, topped with Island Peas Amber. Well, thank goodness this one didn't work, because feeling fiendish is very expensive. And what I settled on, what I thought was the closest, was Color Club's Girl Gang, topped with Island Peas Amber. I mean, it's closer than the rest. Let's see how I did. Does it match the feel of the collection? Yes. I gave myself a point because I felt like Island Peas Amber made the polish look like roe. So I was like, yeah, fish eggs. That's in a mermaid collection, so I gave myself a point, okay? Does it match the feel of the polish? No. What does roe have to do with quicksand? Does it match the color? No. Does it match the undertone? I gave myself half a point because I feel like the undertone was there. Does it match the finish? No. Does it match the depth of the finish? No. Does it match the visual texture? No. And can my man see the difference? He could. Weird. He told me that mine was more orange. He was like, that's orange. What were you thinking? See, but this proves though, guys, that he can see color. So let's go. A round of applause. So that means I scored 1.5 points. How do they compare in cost? Well, MoonCats Quicksands Embrace retails for $16 USD, Color Club's Girl Gang retails for $8.50, and Island Peas Amber retails for $12 USD, bringing this to a grand total of $24. Woo! And then my sanity descends further. Thermals! I feel like I should chapter this like the way ContraPoints chaptered her Twilight video. It was so dramatic. Boom! Thermals. Now, I do want to preface this. If you somehow found my video and then just consumed it up to this point and have no idea what a thermal is a polish that changes color on the temperature. Ding, 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 ding. Thermals also dye. It is a type of polish that will change. So buyer beware, when you buy this polish, in a year, maybe 2, it will not look the same and the shiftingness will go away. I have heard anecdotally that storing your thermals in a refrigerator will make them taste better, but also extend the life. I keep making the same joke and I can't stop. I'm unstoppable. The next polish that is up is Treachery in the blue. It is a blue to a rosy pink thermal with a holographic glitter running throughout. I think this is quite pretty, and I was so lucky to recognize the fact that it had a hollow glitter running throughout because I almost thought this was a reflective glitter. But then I was like, wait, what do my eyes see? Are those different colors? So this is a hollow glitter running throughout. Let's see how I did. Now, I do not like to include nail art into this because I could achieve this look through nail art, but once I start breaking down those barriers, then what's stopping me from drawing a cat eye on my nail to achieve a magnetic look? What's stopping me from doing that? And I want to keep these videos accessible to people if I'm able to dupe that out, that they are also able to dupe this out in their collection without having to resort to nail art, because a lot of people do not like nail art. So I will not be doing nail art, so I will just be taking 2 cremes and topping them with a holographic top coat. So obviously I'm not gonna score very well. On my pointer finger, I tried Sally Hansen's Insta-Dry C is for Color, topped with Holo Taco Scattered Hollow. Taco. I'm gonna leave that one in, okay? I'm tired. This was a bit too true blue when I needed a bit more teal. So back to the drawing board. For my middle finger, I tried to use LA Colors Chateau, topped with Holo Taco Scattered Top Coat. This was a bit too brown. It didn't have that niciness to it, that pinkiness to it. So pass that up. On my pinky, I tried Sally Hansen's Insta Dry 1 polish topped with Hollow Taco Scatter Taco. Again, this didn't work. This wasn't it. It was too purple. But what I settled on 2 different fingers, what, 2 fingers, 2 winners? Wow! Is on my thumb, Color Club's Teal for 2, and on my ring finger, China Glaze's Totally Taffy, both topped with Hollow Taco Scattered Hollow Taco. I felt like these were the closest I had in my collection to these colors. My pink is slightly off just because I don't like pink. And I don't have many of them in my collection. Let's see how I did. Do they match the feel of the collection? I gave myself half a point. I felt like I was okay. That was just there. Do they match the feel of the polish? Half a point. Again. Do they match the color? No. Do they match the undertone? No. Do they match the finish? No. They're not thermals. Do they match the depth of the finish? Yes. They do. Do they match the visual texture? Yes. And can my man see a difference? He couldn't. He couldn't see the difference between Teal for 2, but he could see the difference between Totally Taffy. So I give myself half a point. Wow. So that means I scored 3.5 points. Woo. How do they compare in cost? Well, MoonCats Treachery in the Blue retails for $16 USD. Color Club's Teal for 2 retails for $8.50. And China Glaze's Totally Taffy retails for $8.95 off of the Walmart website. And Scattered Hollow Taco retails for $13, bringing this to a grand total of $30.45. Woo! Alright, and for my last polish, Dark Omens. Dark Omens is another thermal that is a dark purple to a light purple, both in that dusty range. I feel like this is very beautiful and probably will be a top seller for MoonCat just because of the purples, and you know, purple's always a good selling color and it's an interesting finish. I don't own too many dusty purples, so let's see how I did. So because I went through 75 polishes in 24 hours and these were just cream polishes, I'm just going to use full swatches I have of these 2 polishes because I only own like 3 dusty purples. So for the dark end, I decided Color Club's Follow Me would make a reasonable dupe, and for the light flip, I decided Hollow Taco's Feeling Fiendish. It just got expensive, yo. Let's see how I did. Do they match the feel of the collection? Half a point. Halfway there. Do they match the feel of the polish? Half a point. Do they match the color? Half a point. I feel like Feeling Fiendish wasn't there, but the Color Club was. Do they match the undertone? Half a point. Do they match the finish? No. No. Do they match the depth of the finish? Yes. Do they match the visual texture? Yes. And can my man see a difference? Half a point. He could see the difference between the Color Club, but he couldn't see the difference between Feeling Fiendish. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. So that means I scored a grand total of 4.5 points. Woo! How do they compare in cost? MoonCats Dark Omens retails for $16 USD, where Color Club retails for $8.50, and Feeling Fiendish retails for a sensible, not irrational, $28. It is a purple creme. These are a dime a dozen, guys. It's okay. You'll find a dupe for this, I promise. $28. Bringing it to a grand total of $36.50. So, out of a possible 72 points, I scored 43 points, bringing me to a percentage of 59.72%. Honestly, this was a bit better than I thought I did. I actually did a lot better than my first MoonCat attempt. Here's all my attempts right here. And I will list out my highest to lowest scores, because my brain jello right now. Ba 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 ba. No, these are the possible points. Or these are the possible dupes and how they scored. So yeah, If you made it this far, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It would mean oh so much. Or press that like button. I don't know what that does. It does something to the algorithm, so help a girl out. What did you think of my dupe attempts? And do you have better? I love it so much when people post dupes in the comment section. I always look it up. It's such fun, and it's a great way to look at your collection differently. Or did you pick up any of these MoonCat polishes? I'm very curious about them. Also, there's a rumor going around that MoonCat is going to have a sale at the end of April or in May. So if you're kind of holding off on these polishes, maybe just wait just a teeny bit. It's a rumor going around. There's no confirmation, so, and there's no information on if this newest collection will be put on sale. So, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye! Fucking losing my mind.